Okay, let's take a look at this first one. This is again section 7.2. Should write that down. This is number 1. We want to find the area. Okay, we want to find the area between the line y equals 1 and the curve y equals the cosine of x squared. Right here. So again, it's pretty easy. It's going to be top curve minus bottom curve. So if we do that, the top curve is 1. So that's the top curve minus the bottom curve, which is the cosine squared of x dx. So we're going to have to integrate this. But we know that 1 minus the cosine squared is just the sine squared of x. And that's going to be from 0 to pi dx. And now we have a kind of a dilemma. How are we going to take the antiderivative of that? And we have to use this technique up here. We talked about this before. The cosine of 2x, I did the derivation, equals cosine squared x minus sine squared of x. And then I put this all in terms of sine squared. So we know that the cosine squared equals 1 minus the sine squared. So that's 1 minus 2 sine squared. And then I can put the 2 sine squared on the left and the cosine of 2x on the right. And then I can multiply both sides by 1/2, and I have this nice identity. So I can rewrite this as the integral from 0 to pi of 1/2, and I could put the 1/2 in front, and 1 minus the cosine of 2x dx, and this I can integrate, this I couldn't. Okay, so how are we going to deal with this? Let me move this up a little bit. So this looks like a u substitution, so we can let u equal 2x over there. Okay, let u equals 2x, then du equals 2 dx, so dx equals du over 2, so we can make the substitution, but we also have to change our limits over here, so this is going to equal 1/2 the integral. And if I put e equals 2x in there, if I put 2 times 0 is 0, so that's not going to change, but if I put pi in here, 2 times pi is 2 pi. If I keep it in u, and then I've got this integral of 1 minus the cosine of u, that's going to be the du over 2, and I can bring that out, so I'll end up with 1/4 integral from 0 to 2 pi of this 1 minus the cosine of u du. Alright, so that's not too bad. Then I can integrate this. This is just going to end up being u, and the antiderivative of the cosine is the sine. Okay. Alrighty, and that's going to be from 0, and that's going to be 1/4 of that. And then we're going to evaluate that from 0 to 2 pi. So we don't have to substitute back in, we just keep it in terms of u, because it's a definite integral. It's going to be 1/4, and then I can figure this out. So this is going to be u, which is 2 pi, minus the sine of 2 pi, which is 0, and minus, and this would be 0, minus the sine of 0 is 0, so that's not too bad. And remember, this is my f of b minus f of a, the fundamental theorem of calculus. Okay, so all these zeros cancel out. Again, sine of 2 pi is 0. This is u, which is 2 pi. That's u, which is 0. Sine of u, sine of 0 is 0. So we just end up with 1/4 2 pi, which equals pi over 2. That's your answer. Okay. Wasn't too bad.